Hello everybody and welcome back to the world's greatest trainer tournament. Today's matchups will be Agatha versus Lieutenant Surge and Bruno versus Silver. Who will reign victorious between these trainers, and if there is enough time we may have Ash versus Red today. We will see. With that said, I'm going to go see who I'll be playing as today. Okay, who will I be controlling in this matchup? We'll see. It will be Agatha. Can Agatha receive a victory against Lieutenant Surge and maintain her presence in the tournament? Or will she be eliminated here with her old age too addled of a brain to receive a victory here today? Okay, the teams are locked in. Can Agatha prevent herself from being knocked out of the tournament? Or will Lieutenant Surge bring her down? That's the question today, folks. Agatha desperately needs this win, whereas Lieutenant Surge can afford to lose as he will still not be eliminated just yet, giving him an extra chance in a elimination round. Lieutenant Surge leads off with Ampharos. Interesting. Agatha goes for mean luck on the Ampharos, locking it in the battle so it cannot escape. And out comes the Thunderbolt, which they definitely do not appreciate. Mischievous goes for Curse here, hoping to impede this Ampharos. Ulan goes for a Thunderbolt and takes it down. Agatha possibly wasting her time trying to trap it in.
That KO will bring out a new Pokemon. They're ready to go. Oh, it's Weezing!
Agatha then leads into Weezing against this Ampharos. Will it be able to take it out? Or will it fall? Since Lieutenant Surge chooses to switch back, it sends out the Magneton, anticipating an explosion from the Weezing to eliminate the Ampharos. It lands a critical hit, and Magneton is unable to withstand the force of the explosion and goes down. However, Lieutenant Surge is still leading 5-4. As Agatha has not really claimed any ground as of yet. Agatha then switches into her Crobat, hoping that its Confuse Ray shenanigans could get it a potential victory against one of their threats. As Ampharos is unleashed on the battlefield. And she goes for the Confuse Ray. We've seen how devastating Confuse Ray can be in this tournament, as it has many times changed the tide of battle, but it does not look like it will be the case today as Ampharos breaks through, but Crobat manages to hold on. Crobat goes for a Power Poison, trying to get some damage in, as Agatha hopes the confusion will be enough to keep it from attacking. They can weaken it further. And luckily for Agatha, it actually happens as the Ampharos is herself in confusion, putting Agatha in a very good position here to get some solid damage in. Ampharos unfortunately flinches to the King's Rock, unable to get another turn, as once again Crobat is proving to be a devastating threat on the battlefield, as it clashes with the Ampharos yet again, leaving it on a sliver of HP, but it breaks out of confusion and takes the Crobat down. What an upset for Agatha, ladies and gentlemen. What an upset indeed.
There's a distinct difference in the number of remaining Pokemon for each side. Oh, it's Arbok!
Agatha switches into her Arbok here, hoping that Arbok can get some ground for her team. As Arbok goes for the Earthquake and takes the Ampharos down.
Earthquake. That's it. Oh, knockout.
How will Lieutenant Surge respond to this threat that is on the battlefield? Hitting Earthquakes against his Electric-type team.
Oh, it's Lantern.
He goes into Lantern, hoping that Lantern will be enough to turn the tide of battle here.
The white-hot battle continues.
As Arbok once again goes for the Earthquake.
Vicious attack. That had to
And does a major chunk to Lantern's health, but it manages to hold on, proving that it will not be eliminated so easily. Unfortunately, a paralysis is going to be set on the Arbok, which is very bad for Agatha here, preventing her from potentially being able to attack, and it happens. There's a quick claw procs, but the paralysis is able to hold it down. Arbok is not going to appreciate that surf. As Limos manages to turn the tide of battle in Lieutenant Surge's favour once again. Another surf will unfortunately take down the Arbok here, probably. And it does. Leaving Agatha with less options to choose from. And not much that they can do.
There's a big difference in the number of Pokemon remaining on each side. Oh, it's Haunter.
Out comes the Haunter. What will Haunter be able to do on the battlefield today? As it goes for the Hypnosis.
Oh, no. Uh-oh, it fell asleep.
Lantern unfortunately falls asleep here. But it has a Miracle Berry, removing the status effect as it goes for a charging Thunderbolt. And does a solid amount of damage to the Haunter here.
They're both hanging tough.
Agatha goes for Hypnosis again, hoping to put this Pokemon to sleep to give her the edge, and it manages to connect. Unfortunately, there is not much they can do here, as they await their sleeping defeat. Lieutenant Surge switches Pokemon. And goes into Jolteon. That is really unfortunate for her. She goes for a Curse, leaving Haunter on a sliver of HP. Can Haunter outspeed this threat of a Jolteon? It seems they are going to switch. They switch it to Raichu, a fast and powerful threat on Lieutenant Surge's side of the field, as Haunter seems to go for a Destiny Bond, hoping to take down the Raichu. But again, it seems Lieutenant Surge is not falling for it and switches once again. Back into his Jolteon. Another Destiny Bond from the Haunter as Agatha lays in the chance to take down a Pokemon. Lieutenant Surge goes for Swagger in an attempt to counter it, unfortunately putting her in the back burner. As Haunter takes itself down.
What's it doing? It's out of there.
Agatha is down to one last Pokemon, which happens to be a Gengar. Hooray! Can Gengar somehow turn this around and lead her to victory? Or will Gengar fall?
The white-hot battle continues.
Unfortunately for her, Jolteon is indeed faster and lays a solid Thunderbolt on the Gengar here as it goes for Ice Punch, hoping to freeze, but unfortunately, no dice.
Sparks are flying from both competitors.
Agatha anticipates another Thunderbolt, but there's nothing she can do with her last Pokemon locked in. And she decides to go for an explosion and go out of a bang as she unfortunately leaves this tournament with her second loss. Bringing down the Jolteon to its knees as it falls in battle.
Oh my, it's a double knockout.
And with that, Lieutenant Surge claims his second win in the tournament so far, proving that he is a master of electric Pokemon and that he is not to be trifled with. Agatha, the former Elite Four member, is unfortunately eliminated here, and there is not much else she can do. The next matchup will be between Bruno and Silver, who will come out on top. Bruno needs a win here. Silver needs a win or he gets eliminated from the tournament. Who will be victorious? Let us see who I will be controlling today. Looks like I'll be in control of Silver. Can I get Silver a win against Bruno here? Or will Bruno prove to be too much for Silver? Okay, the teams are locked in. Can Silver take care of Bruno? If he manages to here, he will eliminate all fighting type gym leaders from this tournament and secure his place into going into a next round for a chance to stay in the tournament. But if Bruno loses here, that is going to be a problem for him. Now then, who are we going to be leading with here? That's a good question.
A hot battle involving the hopeful champs of tomorrow has just started.
We're going to lead off with the Gengar. If Bruno gets a win here, he gets his second win in the tournament, allowing him to stay on. And they're going to lead off with the Steelix. Oh dear. This is a really bad matchup for Gold here, as he is going to switch. Sorry, Silver.
Pokemon. That Pokemon must not have been the right choice. Oh, it's Crobat.
Silver goes into Crobat, anticipating the earthquake from the Steelix.
What's the opening gambit? That caused no damage.
Unfortunately, Steelix will not be able to hit Crobat from there with that.
Pokemon switch.
And Crobat goes for Confuse Ray.
A flash of Confuse Ray. It's become confused.
How will Steelix respond? Steelix responds with a Body Slam. Can they get the para? They do. That's going to be pivotal to shutting down this Crobat.
Some leftovers.
Okay, Silver's going to bring back Crobat, and he goes into another Pokemon here.
The trainer's switching Pokemon.
And it is going to be for Alligator. A good matchup against Bruno's ground-type Steelix here. As Steelix hits itself in confusion, not allowing it to get any leeway in getting some damage on the Feraligatr. That is unfortunate. But the leftovers will recover that damage it took. As Feraligatr goes for Surf.
A furious attack. It's super effective.
Steelix manages to hold on though. And will it get off an attack here? It gets off the Toxic, putting Feraligatr on a timer. But unfortunately it does not connect, allowing Feraligatr to stay unharmed as it eliminates the Steelix here.
Ride that surf.
That's going to be unfortunate for Bruno, losing a strong defensive type like Steelix that could have gave him some problems.
That KO will bring out a new Pokemon. Oh, it's
Out comes Heracross, a fearsome Pokemon in its own right.
sparks are flying from
As Silver recalls his Feraligatr and sends out Crobat to deal with this bug and fighting type threat with his flying type.
Pokeball opens to reveal its Pokemon.
The Mega Horn goes off. Is it going to connect? It does, and it's a critical hit, but it doesn't seem to phase the Crobat too much here.
How will this Pokemon switch?
Will they choose to stay in or will they switch? They stay in and go for another Mega Horn yet again.
What's next?
Hoping that the paralysis will hold true on the Crobat. And it manages to keep the Crobat from attacking, which puts Heracross in a good position to carry on with the onslaught. There's going to be another Mega Horn coming through, but this one is unfortunately going to miss, and Crobat's going to respond with a wing attack in kind. Not happy about taking those balls it took earlier, and Heracross barely manages to hold on with a sliver of HP, while Crobat is still relatively healthy despite taking many hits. Another Mega Horn, and it connects, but Crobat seems unfazed and finishes off the Heracross, unfortunately putting Bruno in a tough position.
There's a distinct difference in the number of remaining Pokemon for each side.
Bruno then brings out Machamp, knowing that Crobat is paralyzed. He's hoping he can bring this down before it continues to be a problem. Out comes the Rock Slide from the Machamp here. Will it be enough to take down the Crobat? It misses, unfortunately for him. And Wing Attack is going to go off, which Tyrone is definitely not going to appreciate. So far, Machamp has not been able to land a decisive blow. Will this be the chance that it does? Will it eliminate the Crobat here and remove one of Silver's answers? No. And another Wing Attack from the Crobat. No full paralysis here, and it gets a critical hit, bringing down the Machamp. Unfortunate for Bruno. That was his chance to eliminate this flying type threat, which threatens most of his team. Bruno brings out Poliwrath next, hoping that Poliwrath will be the one to bring down the Crobat, which is proving to be a troublesome foe. Out comes the Ice Beam, that's really going to hurt Crobat. And it nails it, but does not take it out as Crobat hangs on and responds with a Confuse Ray. Oh dear. Bruno is not going to appreciate that. And unfortunately for Bruno, his Poliwrath hits itself in confusion and allows Crobat to stick around even longer, getting off in Stab Wing Attack. And that is unfortunate for the Poliwrath, as that is going to do a good amount of damage and weaken it even further. Will Poliwrath be able to act here? It does. It gets off the Ice Beam. It can't freeze the Crobat. Will it take it out? Oh, Crobat barely holds on. The Crobat is unfortunately fully paralyzed though, which will prevent it from being able to act, allowing his Poliwrath to stay somewhat healthy as it goes for Waterfall and breaks out of confusion, bringing the Crobat finally down after it eliminated two of Bruno's Pokemon and injured the Poliwrath quite severely. Silver then sends out Gengar, hoping that this will be able to take care of this Poliwrath. Gengar goes for Psychic here, and Bruno is not going to appreciate that. And Poliwrath unfortunately cannot take the hit and goes down.
There's a big difference in the number of Pokemon remaining on each side. Oh, it's Hitmontop.
Next is Hitmontop. Will Hitmontop be able to turn this battle around? What will it do against the fearsome threat that is Gengar as it goes for another Psychic Blast? Doing some solid damage to the Hitmontop as it goes for Hidden Power here. It super effectively hits the Gengar, but it is not enough to pick up the KO as Gengar sticks around and unleashes another devastating Psychic against Bruno's Hitmontop. Hitmontop goes down and Bruno is down to their last Pokemon while Silver has still got 5. Unfortunately, this is an uphill battle for Bruno and there doesn't seem to be much he can do to stop Silver from claiming victory here. Silver goes for a Psychic with his Gengar once again and does a solid shunt to the Hitmonlee. Hitmonlee goes for Substitute. That will buy it one turn, but what will it do in that meantime while it is unfortunately going to have its Substitute broken by another Psychic Blast?
That was diverted to the substitute. Oh, the substitute disappeared.
It goes for Attract, but it can't seem to do anything to the Gengar. That is very unfortunate for Bruno, as Hitmonlee has no option to damage it. And Gengar goes for the Explosion, finishing this battle and giving Bruno their first loss in the tournament and allowing Silver to stay as a potential contender.
Oh my, it's a double knockout.
That calls this battle to a close, and next up is Ash versus Red. Let us see who I'll be controlling next. Okay, who will I be controlling in this battle? Looks like I'm going to be playing as Ash from Pallet Town. Can Ash prove that he is better than Red? Will Red prove he is better than Ash in the superior version? Find out in a moment when I formulate the teams. Okay, the teams are locked in. Who will win this battle between the two? This should definitely be an interesting match. Let's see who can come out on top.
A hot battle involving the hopeful champs of tomorrow has just started.
Ash leads off with Heracross. And Red leads off with Charizard. An unfortunate matchup for Ash right off the bat.
Okay.
Ash switches out his Heracross, knowing that it's a bad matchup against the flying and fire type Charizard against his bug and fighting Heracross, and sends out Muck in return. Red, rightfully so, goes for wing attack against the Heracross, but unfortunately there has been a switch made. Charizard goes for Outrage here. And does very little damage to this Muck as it eats a hit with no issue and goes for Thunderbolt. Charizard's definitely not going to appreciate that, but both are on relatively the same amount of HP. Another Outrage from Red's Charizard manages to critically hit the Muck, but Muck holds on, unleashing yet another furious Thunderbolt towards the Charizard. What will Red do now? As unfortunately he gets the free turn Outrage, is unable to switch his move. And Muck will be able to go for a free Thunderbolt, getting rid of the Charizard, Red's ace Pokemon.
So, what will be the next Pokemon? Oh, it's Snorlax!
Next, Red switches into Snorlax. Could this be the downfall of Red's Muck here? As Muck goes for a Sludge Bomb, dealing a solid chunk to the Snorlax as it goes for a Belly Drum. Oh dear.
It sacrificed HP to get maximum power.
Cuts its own HP to get maximum attack. But Ash continues to tell his Muck to continue with the move Sludge Bomb. And can it take it down? It does. Snorlax, unfortunately, is not able to put up much of a fight here. Could this be an upset? Could Red be eliminated from the tournament so early thanks to Ash?
The number of Pokemon remaining on each side.
That is the question here. As they go into Blastoise. Will Blastoise be able to fight back against Muck?
But the other one looks tired.
Or will Muck continue to reign supreme after claiming 2 Pokemon victories, but unfortunately it is outsped by the Blastoise and goes down.
Oh, it has no strength.
Ash is currently leading with a advantage right now with 5 versus 4 Pokemon.
What will be next?
Ash sends out his Meganium to deal with the Blastoise. Knowing how much of a threat this Pokemon can be, will it be able to claim victory here or will it fall? As Meganium goes for the Giga Drain and outspeeds the Blastoise. It does a solid chunk, but it's not enough to deal enough significant damage, as Miracle is going to be unleashed, smacking the Meganium back in the face. Oh dear.
It restored HP with some leftovers. It's a fierce battle.
Ash orders Meganium to use Giga Drain once again to get some more damage on this Blastoise and keep it low so he can bring it down with another Pokemon. As Blastoise goes for the Ice Beam, can he get the freeze here? That would be huge. It does not, but it gets a critical hit and brings down Ash's Meganium. Unfortunate for Ashy.
What Pokemon will appear next?
How will he respond?
The next Pokemon is ready. Oh, it's
Ash
Tauros.
switches to his Tauros, hoping that Tauros can get some work done here in this battle.
Sparks are flying from both competitors.
Tauros goes for Thunderbolt against the Blastoise. Will it be enough to take it down? It is not, as it holds on and goes for a Surf.
Yes, it's a hit.
Tauros is not going to appreciate it, but Tauros holds on and stands firm. Still in this battle and not yet eliminated.
Hanging tough.
It now goes for a Body Slam against the Blastoise. Can it bring it down? As Blastoise finally falls to the bull.
Going down.
That is Tauros.
So, what will be the next Pokemon? Oh, it's Espeon.
Out comes Espeon. A powerful Psychic-type Pokemon. Will Ash's Tauros be able to withstand the blows from this Espeon? As it outspeeds and goes for a Psychic.
Great hit.
Tauros is not going to appreciate that. But it does go for a Body Slam here. Can it get the Paralysis to give it an advantage? It does! And Espeon is not going to appreciate that.
Battle is unfolding.
As Ash instructs his Tauros to once again use Body Slam to try and bring the Espeon down.
Good. A psychic
Espeon responds with Psychic and takes down Ash's Tauros, who put up a fierce fight against the Blastoise and the Espeon, but inevitably falls.
We're eagerly awaiting the appearance of the next Pokemon. The Pokeball
Ash responds by sending out his Heracross. Will Heracross be able to put in some solid work here? Or will it fall to the Espeon? It gets the Quick Claw proc, allowing it to outspeed, plus the fact that it's paralyzed, and takes the Espeon down.
Down it goes. The next Pokemon needs to be prepared.
Ash is truly showing that he is no pushover, and he intends to win today's battle against Red.
The number of remaining Pokemon is 3 to 2.
Heracross goes for Mega Horn here against the Venusaur and does a solid chunk of damage, bringing it down to half HP. As Venusaur responds with a Toxic. Was that the right move? No, as it missed. Unfortunately not allowing Red to gain any traction on the battlefield. As Ash's Heracross responds with a Mega Horn once again and manages to bring the Venusaur down to critical health. But it holds on and sets up the light screen.
It's better protected against special attacks. There's a big HP difference between the two combatants.
Ash doesn't take any chances with Mega Horn missing and goes for Hidden Power, finishing off the Venusaur, who is too weak to hold on.
Just one Pokemon remains. Oh, it's Pikachu.
Red sends out his last Pokemon, which is the Pikachu. Can the Electric Mouse get him to victory here? It goes for a Thunderbolt. And it connects, doing a solid amount of damage, but not enough to bring down the Heracross, as it responds with an Earthquake, breaking the ground into pieces and takes down Red's Pikachu here. Yes, it does.
There are no more.
Unfortunately, what an upset. Red is already eliminated from the tournament, not even getting the chance to make it through to the semi-finals. And Ash claims yet another victory. Who'd have thought Ash had it in him? But Ash is proving that he is rightfully the better trainer. His Charizard is pleased knowing that his team trumps Red's. And they go on to the next round. And there you have it, folks. Next episode will be Koga versus Janine and Lance versus Claire. Two very interesting matchups. Can Koga defeat his daughter Janine? And can Lance defeat Claire? That is an important question. Find out next time and let me know in the comments down below who you think will win out of the two. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.
Yeah, they call me the Mad Boss, the Mad Boss, the savage with the Gyarados. As I will make you blast off harder than your last loss. Teach you a lesson like you won't bunch of lapdogs. It was fast, huh? You're mad, huh? Want me to slow it down or would you prefer it fast?